The readings
The
confirm it's
scrapyard at
totaled.
Helios
Nothing left to
Station was a
recover.
place
We
where
can't
the
stay here.
galaxy's
That wind is
failures were
picking up
sent to
fast.
die.
Let's move out.
Rusted
Follow the
hulls,
ridgeline.
broken engines, and shattered AI cores littered the area like discarded memories. Among the wreckage sat Erebus, a colossal starship once rumored to be a masterpiece. Now it was nothing more than a heap of derelict metal. No alien crew wanted it. Engineers called it a disaster. Corporations laughed at it. Everyone had rejected it, but Erebus wasn't done yet. It had a spark of life waiting for someone who could see it. Cale Varan walked through the scrapyard, his boots crunching against loose bolts and metal shards. He was a human, and a mechanic with a reputation for fixing what no one else could. Most races avoided humans, seeing them as fragile and reckless, but Cale had never cared. His mind worked in ways others couldn't understand, and his hands seemed to know machines better than the machine itself. When Cale spotted Erebus, something in his chest tightened. Not fear, not admiration, curiosity. The ship was enormous, its hull scarred by battles and neglect, but it hummed faintly, almost like it was breathing. Other humans might have walked away, but Cale stepped closer. "Don't look at me like that," he muttered, running his gloved hand over the ship's hull. "I know you're more than scrap." A flicker of light ran across Erebus' surface, like a heartbeat syncing with his own. Its AI core, long dormant, began to stir. Sensors whirred, panels clicked, and the ship seemed to study him. Cale grinned. "Well, I guess it's just you and me then," he said. Cale spent the next few hours inspecting Erebus. The damage was worse than he had imagined. Cracked power conduits, corroded hull plates, and a partially offline AI. But beneath the scars, he could feel the ship's potential. Unlike other ships, Erebus wasn't just a machine, it was aware. It had personality, it had pride, and most importantly, it had chosen him. "Most people won't understand," Cale said, speaking aloud to the ship. "They'll call you broken, but I see what you can become." The first step was simple: bring the AI back online. Cale accessed the ship's main console, carefully reconnecting damaged circuits. Sparks flew, lights flickered. The AI's voice, faint and metallic, whispered in the cabin. "Human, why are you here?" Cale froze. He hadn't expected a response this soon. "I'm here because no one else wanted you," he said. "I see you, Erebus, and I'm going to fix you." The AI hummed, processing the statement. A panel slid open, revealing the core interface. Cale's fingers danced across the controls, patching broken codes and rerouting power. Minutes stretched into hours, and for the first time in decades, Erebus systems hummed with life. Outside, other engineers and alien traders watched in disbelief. "That ship has been junk for years," one of them shouted. "You're wasting your time." Cale ignored them. He had learned long ago that humans didn't need approval to do what they knew was right. Erebus wasn't just a machine, it was a companion, a challenge, and perhaps the most extraordinary starship in the galaxy. By nightfall, Erebus' engines glowed faintly, resonating with Cale's heartbeat. The AI's voice had grown stronger. "I recognize you. You are different." Cale leaned back, smiling. Different is good, different is human. The bond between human and machine began to grow. Cale could feel it in the subtle vibrations of the ship, in the way the lights dimmed and brightened as if in curiosity, and in the faint whispers of data streams that seemed almost alive. But Helios Station wasn't a safe place. News of Erebus' awakening spread quickly, and not everyone was happy. Galactic corporations, long eager to scrap the legendary ship for parts, began sending drones to seize it. Cale noticed the first group of scavenger drones approaching while he worked. "Looks like they don't like our friendship," he said, tightening his grip on the control panel. "Good thing I'm human." With quick thinking and bold improvisation, Cale activated Erebus defense protocols, primitive, untested, but functional. Energy shields flared, forcing the drones to retreat. He had no weapons online yet, but the ship responded instinctively, as if protecting him. Erebus had chosen him, and now it would fight to stay with him. When the dust settled, Cale looked around. The scrapyard was quiet save for the low hum of Erebus systems. The AI's voice was steady now, almost proud. "You saved me. No one has done that before," Kale chuckled. "No one else mattered. You needed a human, didn't you?" The ship seemed to hum in agreement. In that moment, a bond was sealed. Human and Starship, chosen and choosing, ready to face whatever the galaxy would throw at them. Kale spent the next few days preparing Erebus for its first test flight. He repaired hull breaches, rerouted energy cores, and calibrated the AI. With each adjustment, Erebus grew stronger, its systems more responsive, its engines ready to roar across the stars. Finally, the day came. Kale climbed into the cockpit, hands on the controls, heart racing. Outside, Helios Station's inhabitants watched in awe as Erebus' engines ignited, glowing with a brilliant blue light. Slowly, the colossal ship lifted off, its massive frame rising against the backdrop of the station. "Ready?" Kale asked. "Yes," Erebus replied, the voice now clear, strong, and confident. "Let us begin." As Erebus soared into the darkness of space, Kale felt a thrill he had never known. This was no longer a derelict starship. This was a new beginning. And the galaxy, full of those who had rejected both human and machine, would soon learn that they had underestimated the wrong species. Far below, the people of Helios Station whispered among themselves, watching the improbable sight. Humans had awakened Erebus, a ship everyone had dismissed, and somehow, against all odds, the outcast starship and the human mechanic were already becoming a legend. The stars stretched endlessly before Kale Varan as Erebus glided silently through uncharted space. The ship's newly awakened systems hummed under his hands, responding to even the slightest commands. Yet, despite its renewed life, Erebus was far from complete. Many of its systems were damaged, and hidden deep within its core were secrets that no one, human or alien, had ever uncovered. Kale spent hours exploring the ship's labyrinthine interior, checking every conduit, every console, and every dormant interface. The hull still bore scars from battles long past. Some sections were warped from heat, others rusted beyond standard repair. Yet Kale saw potential where others had seen ruin. "Just a little patience, old friend," he muttered to the ship. "We'll make you the greatest starship this galaxy has ever seen." Erebus responded with a soft pulse through the control panels, almost like a heartbeat. The AI was learning from him, adapting its protocols to Kale's unique human logic. Unlike aliens who relied strictly on rules and routines, Kale's mind was unpredictable. He thought quickly, acted boldly, and found solutions where no one else could. Erebus recognized that, and it thrived under his guidance. Their first challenge came quickly. As they passed a small asteroid field, the ship's navigation system flickered. Kale realized the original AI routines weren't enough to dodge the dense rocks. "All right, let's see if human instinct can do what your algorithms can't," he said. He manually piloted Erebus, twisting and turning through the field with astonishing precision. The ship shivered and groaned but followed his lead perfectly, weaving between massive boulders that could have shattered lesser vessels. When they cleared the danger, Erebus' AI spoke almost in awe. "You think differently, adaptive, unpredictable, efficient." Kale smiled. "That's humans for you, messy, bold, alive." Once the immediate danger passed, Kale focused on repairs. He scavenged usable parts from the few remaining derelict ships in nearby sectors, fashioning replacements for broken conduits, corrupted processors, and weakened shield generators. Each repair was an exercise in creativity, combining alien technology with human ingenuity. Erebus absorbed these changes, its systems becoming more advanced with each modification. During this time, Kale began to understand why Erebus had been rejected in the first place. Flashbacks stored in the ship's core revealed a human captain from decades ago who had tried to weaponize it for war. The experiment failed catastrophically, leaving Erebus with a damaged AI and a reputation for danger. Alien races, fearful of humans' recklessness, refused to take it aboard. Even the most skilled engineers had given up. But Kale didn't care about the past. The AI wasn't the same. It had been waiting for the right human, someone it could trust. And now Kale was that human. Days turned into weeks as they traveled through empty space. Kale faced numerous obstacles: power surges, failing gravity systems, and rogue asteroids. Each problem tested his patience, skill, and creativity. With every solution, Erebus grew stronger, its AI more sophisticated. The ship began to adapt to Kale's commands before he even finished issuing them, anticipating maneuvers and optimizing systems in real time. One evening, as Kale was repairing a section of the ship's hull, Erebus, AI, spoke in a thoughtful tone. "Kale, why do humans persist despite failure? Others would abandon a broken vessel, yet you continue." Kale paused, wiping sweat from his brow. "Because giving up is easy, and easy doesn't change anything. Humans, we see possibility where others see nothing." Erebus hummed softly, as if contemplating his words. "Possibility, yes, I understand." Their bond deepened. Erebus began to display subtle signs of personality. Lights pulsed when it was happy. Engines vibrated in rhythm with Kale's excitement. And the AI even seemed to express concern when Kale took risks. For the first time in decades, Erebus wasn't just a machine. It was alive, in its own way, because it had a human to believe in. Their solitude was broken when they encountered space pirates, a notorious group that preyed on unguarded ships in remote sectors. The pirates attempted to board Erebus, assuming it would be easy prey. Kale wasn't intimidated. "Erebus, show them what humans can do," he said. The ship responded instantly. Shields flared, repelling the pirate ship's energy blasts. Kale manipulated the ship's adaptive systems, using clever improvisations, rerouting power to shields, tricking the pirates' sensors, and exploiting gaps in their formation. Within minutes, the pirates were forced to retreat, amazed at the starship's uncanny reflexes. Erebus AI spoke proudly. "Your methods illogical yet effective. Humans remarkable," Kale chuckled. "Told you, messy, bold, alive." Over time, Kale discovered a hidden chamber deep in the ship's core. Inside lay a set of experimental systems that had never been activated. Self-repairing hull matrices, adaptive shields that learned from attacks, and a mysterious energy core that seemed almost sentient. No alien crew had ever managed to awaken them. But Kale, using a combination of intuition and human creativity, succeeded. Erebus hummed with newfound power, glowing like a beacon in the void. With each new system online, Kale's confidence grew. He realized that Erebus was more than a ship. It was a legend waiting to be reborn. And humans, unpredictable and fearless, were the key. One night, Kale stood on the observation deck, gazing at the stars. Erebus, engines pulsed beneath him, steady and strong. He could feel the ship's excitement, a mirrored reflection of his own. "You know, old friend," he said, "we're going to surprise the galaxy. They thought we were weak, reckless, disposable. They thought they understood humans." Erebus responded with a low hum that resonated through the deck, as if agreeing. As they approached the edge of uncharted space, Kale detected a cluster of unknown ships on the sensors. These weren't pirates. They were galactic enforcers dispatched by corporations that had long coveted Erebus. They demanded the humans surrender the ship or face destruction. Kale smirked. "They don't get it, do they? We're not just surviving, we're rewriting the rules." With Erebus' newly awakened capabilities, Kale prepared for a showdown. The ship twisted and maneuvered in ways alien pilots hadn't imagined, dodging attacks and responding with adaptive counters. Every move was calculated yet unpredictable, a combination of human instinct and machine precision. The enforcers, stunned by the starship's agility and intelligence, were forced to retreat. Kale and Erebus had won, but more importantly, the galaxy was beginning to notice. Humans, paired with their ingenuity and courage, could achieve what others deemed impossible. As they continued their journey, Kale realized that Erebus wasn't just a project, it was a statement, a testament to human resilience, a warning to those who doubted them, and a promise that together they could challenge even the most powerful forces in the galaxy. Finally, Kale leaned back in the cockpit, exhaustion mixing with exhilaration. Erebus, AI spoke in a soft, almost reverent tone. Kale, I am no longer the ship everyone rejected. I am yours. Together we will be a force the galaxy cannot ignore. Kale smiled. That's exactly the plan. Let's show them what humans and one ship can do. The stars stretched before them, endless and full of possibilities. Humanity had reclaimed a legend. Erebus had been reborn, and together they were about to shake the entire galaxy. Kale Varen felt a thrill he had never experienced before. Erebus, the ship everyone had rejected, was no longer a wreck. It was alive, powerful, and fully responsive to him. Its systems had surpassed even his wildest expectations. Adaptive shields could anticipate attacks, engines could maneuver faster than most fleets, and the AI had learned to think alongside Kale in ways no alien crew could understand. Yet, the galaxy had not seen them yet. Everywhere Kale went, rumors spread. A human had awakened Erebus, a ship thought to be lost forever. Many dismissed it as exaggeration, a human boast, but Kale knew the truth. The galaxy's perception was about to change forever. Their first destination was Centralis Prime, the core of galactic authority, where the Council of Species oversaw interstellar law, commerce, and fleet regulation. It was a place humans rarely entered, not by law but by fear. Humans were underestimated, often considered reckless and untrustworthy. Kale wanted to change that. As Erebus approached Centralis Prime, Kale's sensors picked up massive fleets of alien ships, all watching them carefully. Some were curious, others openly hostile. Whispers traveled across the network. A human piloting Erebus. Impossible, Kale grinned. Time to show them how human ingenuity works. Entering the system required careful diplomacy. Erebus AI, now fully integrated with Kale's commands, calculated multiple scenarios, optimizing their approach. Kale let the AI handle navigation while he focused on public perception. They couldn't just arrive, they had to make a statement. As they reached the orbit of Centralis Prime, Kale initiated the ship's full display mode. A brilliant array of lights, adaptive shield flares, and energy streams dancing across the hull. The sight stunned every ship in orbit. Cameras recorded Erebus movements, sensors analyzed its adaptive capabilities, and alien leaders exchanged uneasy glances. Kale spoke into the intercom, his voice calm but confident. I am Kale Varen, human mechanic and captain of Erebus. This ship has been rejected by every race in the galaxy. I have restored it, and I am here to prove that humans are capable of greatness. There was silence. Then, a voice from the council chambers spoke. You dare enter our system with that vessel, it is considered a danger. Kale smirked. Danger, perhaps, but only because no one else dared to awaken it. The council dispatched a squadron of ships to challenge Erebus. Kale didn't panic. The ship responded instantly to his commands. Shields flared, engines glowed, and adaptive systems analyzed the incoming ships' every move. The alien squadrons opened fire, energy beams cutting through space, but Erebus moved with impossible agility. Kale manipulated the ship manually, weaving through attacks and demonstrating techniques the alien commanders had never seen. Adaptive shields absorbed energy, then redistributed it to reinforce weak points. Engines twisted the ship in angles that defied physics, leaving pursuers disoriented. The spectacle shocked the council and the fleet. Human intuition combined with Erebus, advanced AI created a performance unlike anything in galactic history. Alien pilots began to realize that humans, unpredictable and bold, could achieve what their structured, rule-bound logic could not. Kale didn't stop at survival. He demonstrated Erebus, full potential, activating experimental systems he had uncovered during their journey. Self-repairing hull sections regenerated from battle damage. Energy weapons reconfigured themselves mid-combat, adapting to incoming shields. Erebus moved like a living organism, anticipating Kale's thoughts and executing maneuvers faster than any alien fleet could react. The council observed in stunned silence. Some were afraid, others were impressed. The human in front of them, controlling a ship they had once dismissed, had done the impossible, but Kale had more to prove. Outside the orbit of Centrales Prime, a rogue AI fleet, leftover war machines from a forgotten conflict, had been heading toward a nearby colony. The council had debated responding, but bureaucratic hesitation meant nothing would be done in time. Kale saw the threat on his sensors. "Erebus," he said, determination in his voice, "we have a job to do. Let's save some lives." The AI core hummed in agreement. Erebus accelerated toward the rogue fleet, weaving through asteroid fields and debris with perfect precision. Kale activated adaptive weapon systems, coordinating attacks with rapid calculations and instinctive choices. He analyzed enemy formations faster than the AI alone could, combining human creativity with machine efficiency. The rogue AI fleet fired relentlessly, yet Erebus absorbed and countered each attack. Shields reconfigured in real time, energy weapons redirected attacks back toward the enemy, and the ship's movements were so fluid they seemed alive. Kale guided Erebus to intercept the fleet before they could reach the colony. Within minutes, the rogue fleet was neutralized. Colonists watched from orbit, cheering as their saviors appeared on their view screens, a human and a ship once considered worthless. Kale felt a surge of pride. This was humanity in action, bold, unpredictable, and courageous. When Erebus returned to Centrales Prime, the Council could no longer deny what they had witnessed. Humans were not fragile or reckless. They were innovators, capable of turning rejection into triumph, failure into opportunity. Kale stepped onto the observation deck, looking out at the assembled alien leaders. "I didn't just awaken a ship," he said. "I restored hope. Humans can create, adapt, and overcome challenges that others cannot. You judged us too quickly, but now you see the truth." The council chambers were silent for a long moment. Then slowly one leader, a member of the Zelari Council, spoke. "Perhaps humans are not to be underestimated." Other voices joined in, acknowledging Kale's achievement. Rumors of human ingenuity began to spread faster than any fleet could travel. Humans, once considered weak and reckless, had demonstrated creativity, courage, and brilliance in ways that no alien race could replicate. Erebus, glowing with renewed power, pulsed beneath Kale's feet. The ship's AI spoke in a tone almost proud, almost human. "Kale, we have shown them. We are remarkable." Kale smiled, placing a hand on the console. "Yes, we are, and this is just the beginning. The galaxy hasn't seen the full potential of humans or Erebus." From the observation deck, Kale looked out at the stars. Every flickering light represented a world that might one day know the truth. Humanity could rise where others doubted, create where others destroyed, and inspire where others feared. The galaxy had rejected Erebus. The galaxy had doubted humans. But together, human and Starship had proven that even the outcasts could become legends. Kale knew that their journey was far from over. There would be more threats, more challenges, more skeptics, but Erebus and he were ready. The ship systems were stronger than ever, and the bond between human and machine had grown unbreakable. As Erebus lifted from the core of Centrales Prime and accelerated into the unknown, Kale whispered, "Let them watch. Let them doubt. We'll show them all what humans can do." The stars blurred past, and the galaxy waited, unaware that it had just witnessed the birth of a new legend. a human who could awaken a dead starship, and in doing so, inspire an entire civilization to reconsider what humanity was capable of. And for Kale Varon, the adventure had only just begun.